this is a first-of-its-kind legal settlement that looks at just how far you can go to criticize your job or your supervisor online. Maybe it's something that you thought of before, tweeting or posting on Facebook derogatory comments about your boss, like, that guy, he is such a jerk. Dawnmarie Souza was a paramedic working for a Connecticut ambulance company, American Medical Response. After clashing with her boss at work, she went on Facebook at home to vent and referred to him as a Code 17, ambulance code for a psychiatric patient. Souza was fired, but the Federal National Labor Relations Board intervened and filed a complaint against the company, saying her postings were protected free speech.
You don't have to like your boss. You don't have to like all the terms and conditions of employment, and you can talk to your fellow employees about trying to change them.
In a settlement with the Federal Labor Board, American Medical Response agreed to change its employee handbook policy on social networking. The company reached a separate settlement with Souza.
I can't make any comments.
Thank you. We contacted Souza for an interview, but she declined to comment. The case is likely to have other companies rethinking their social networking policies. Former prosecutor Paul Callan.
But I think companies are really worried about this because, remember, if a worker criticizes a company on a Facebook site, and let's say they have 500 friends on Facebook, it's not only going to the fellow workers, it's going to the 500 friends. And I think when lawyers start arguing about this, they're going to say, you know, this is really not about workplace conditions. This is about a company's entire national reputation.
Dawnmarie Souza was a union employee, but the National Labor Relations Board says protected speech like this one applies to union and non-union workers alike. Now, we reached out repeatedly to American Medical Response and its attorney today to get a comment, but they did not return our calls or emails. Well,
so does this mean we can write whatever we want on Facebook?
Not exactly. There are protections and there are limits to exactly what you can say. For instance, in this case, and the difference is, in this case, she was criticizing her job, her employer, her company that she works for. All of that's okay because the law says that you have a right to complain about working conditions. On the other hand, if she had gone farther, she had criticized a specific customer, for instance, named somebody else, that is not necessarily protected speech, Wolf.
People are going to be studying this legal case for a while. Thanks very much for that, Lisa.